The world is on a reset. Should you? First of all, we both hope you're staying healthy out there. But although some think that everything is going south, these times of weakness are a great opportunity to rethink and to relook into your business model and its foundation to make it stronger than it was before. Darren, what do you think about this topic?
Yeah, it's a really important topic. It's at the forefront of many people's minds, particularly if they're running a business. So I think this is a really great opportunity that if you own a business and you're looking to make it stronger, you may be looking to relaunch it, you may be looking to diversify into a different market, or if you've just been in a rut for the last few months to a year, and sometimes it's really difficult to get out of that because the world keeps on turning. As it's now on pause, this is a really good time to completely refocus your business.
It's super important to stay relevant, and it's super important to stay on top of your game, and you get so used to certain ways of running your business and thought processes. But taking a moment to step back and to actually relook the entire thing, even though I guess you said, well, whenever you're in a rut, but actually this is something you need to do even without being in a rut and without this crisis, ways to do this. What do you usually, or what did you use yourself to relook into your business? There are different models out there, different ways of thinking. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's a really good start. I think we all agree there's going to be a new normal.
Oh wow!
So nothing's going to be the same again. So it's going to be things going to be very different. But trying to get back into a pattern. So it's understanding what those patterns are, and those will differ depending on the market that you're in. And it's difficult for some businesses to understand what those will be because we've not had an opportunity yet. So, for example, if you're running a restaurant or cafe, those are pretty much closed at the moment. So when those start to reopen, what are the footfall? What is that going to look like? Are people going to be nervous about coming back into pubs and restaurants again? But if you are in those types of markets, consumer markets, then you might want to think about a remarketing exercise. So maybe trying to attract people through the door with discounts, offers, or maybe some sort of celebrationary themes, just to make it interesting. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this yet, but I think this is going to be on the forefront of a lot of big marketers' minds at the moment. How are we going to get people back into our local high streets, back into the stores, back into the restaurants and that? But if your business, that you may be more B2B focused, then you could maybe consider about what you can do more digitally focused. Because it may be a while before we can still have networking meetings, face-to-face meetings again. And I think a lot of us have got used to using Teams and Zoom, which is, I think it's going to be the way forward. I can't see that ever going back to how it used to be before. So I think that needs to be part of everybody's plan moving forward.
You said the new normal. It sounds really weird, but does that mean you think that this is going to be a long game?
Things may change. We need to anticipate that when the cold and flu season comes back, November, December time, are we going to see a resurgence? Perhaps we might do, and we need to plan for that. So this is not going back to normal. Everything's going to be the same forever because we need to anticipate this will come back again, and we need to put that back into our business plan somehow.
And what is the best way to come up with ideas, you believe? Because that's the thing that's people are struggling with right now. People are really having troubles with like, oh shit, how can I come up with something new? Or maybe they are not like, they are just like, oh, well, business is done for. So what would be a solution that people could use? Some handles, some guiding handles.
I think most sectors tend to have like a trade body. I know like in the UK that we do. So if you belong to the restaurants and pub trade sector, you'll have a trade body there. And even if you don't, then you tend to have chambers of commerce in most countries around the world. So what
is a trade body, by the way? Sorry. trade?
So trade body is, I suppose, an authority that represents your special interests. So it could be, there might be one for IT sector, one for freelancers or designers, one for people that work in manufacturing industry, and those will vary from country to country. But generally, people like chambers of commerce are a really good source of information
to help you further along to get new ideas.
New ideas, but also to give you some idea of patterns for your sector. So if you've never looked at business press before, so look at, if you're in the marketing sector, you'll have a lot of marketing magazines and marketing publications. But if you're in a different sector, like the food sector or the engineering sector, then you'll also have a lot of different specialist publications and websites, and that will be able to give you a lot more in-depth focused information, and give you some research about potentially anticipating what trends might well be coming your way with the next 6 to 12 months.
True. Yeah, there are probably a lot of articles and blogs out there and whatever websites that gathered some of the information that has been found online. But I believe that's the second step. Do you agree that it's better to just start thinking for yourself and start off with writing out what it is, where are you right now, and what is the situation? So Socratic thinking. Yes. Keep on asking questions over and over. So whenever you find an answer, ask a question on that. Whenever you find a question or an answer on that, ask a question on that, and keep on doing that until you're kind of like stuck. And then maybe you find out what the actual source is of the issue, or the actual issue, the source of the issue, or the actual solution, what it could be. I mean, you can start thinking about many things about, okay, what is the problem? What could be a solution? How does the world look like right now? I mean, living in the past is bad. Living in the future is not that good. You need to live in the moment, how things right now. You cannot predict the future anyway, so you might as well just go and focus on the things, how they are right now, and then just go ahead with that.
Yeah. So you can use a SWOT analysis. You can also use mind mapping as well. And I'm going to stick a couple of links in the show notes below to show you what those look like. But it reinforces the point that you just made, Marcel, that in a SWOT analysis, you'll have your strengths and weaknesses, which will be internally about your business in the first column. And then you have your opportunities and threats, which are your external sort of issues. So all that Socratic thinking you've just talking about, you can put those into each of those boxes to help frame those ideas. And then when you're talking about a plan to move things forward, then you can use a mind map. Everybody works very different, but it really helps a lot of visual thinkers. And also if you've got a lot of information in terms of compartmentalizing that into some sort of structure, sometimes tables that look quite messy, but a mind map is really great. And there's some great free tools out there. If you've got Windows, Mac, or even an iPad or an iPhone, you can do that quite easily.
Yeah, and if you don't feel like doing anything of the formulas or analysis, whatever, if you don't feel like it, just start writing down exactly mind mapping. Start writing down. Just do something and find out what it is that what your business could, how your business could shine really inside of this moment and the situation we are in right now, and find out what your threats are and how your target group has changed. Maybe they did change, their behaviors changed, that's one thing that's for sure, and their way of thinking might change a little bit as well, and nobody knows for how long this is going to be. So might as well just get going and do it already, because the longer you wait, you will regret it. I'm 100% sure. If you don't do it now, then you're going to kind of miss the boat. So I think that's, don't wait too long. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment down below, and share it with your friends, and talk to you next week.